In what was one of the toughest games of the tournament, Germany emerged champions of the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. In the much-anticipated final, they squeezed past Argentina by 1-0 yesterday at the Maracanã in Rio de Janeiro. The game looked certain to go down to penalty kicks as the two strongest teams of the tournament battled relentlessly for the advantage. This battle took them all the way to the second half of extra time when Germany finally made the breakthrough with approximately 5 minutes remaining to force the game into penalty kicks. It was Germany's fourth World Cup win and their first on South American soil. In the fight for third place, Brazil's poor luck continued as they went down 3-0 at the hands of the Netherlands on Saturday. This capped off a miserable run for the five-time world champions playing on their home soil. In local football, the Digicel Schools tournament stretched its legs once again in 2014 to Region Number 1, Northwest District, for the zone playoff involving 6 schools over the last weekend. On day one on Friday, defending zone champion Santa Rosa Secondary opened against Northwest Secondary in a neck-to-neck contest that saw both sides finding the back of each other's nets 3 times at regulation time. This forced a penalty shootout which ended 3-2 in favor of the zone champions Santa Rosa. Day 2 featured a doubleheader at the Kumaka Recreational Ground. In the first match, Wawona triumphed over Warramuri 4-0 to win the contest. The scores for Wawona were Errol Lucian in the 5th and 55th minutes, Paul Joseph in the 12th, and Lindo Valenzuela in the 18th. Game 2 of the doubleheader almost mirrored the first as Port Kaituma hammered Kamawata 3-0 to set up a semi-final playoff with Wawona. Raymond Daniels in the 80th minute and Kelvin Gomes in the 83rd secured the goals for the winners, helped by an own goal since in the 75th minute by Kamawata's Samuel Edwards. Today, Maruka took on Warramuri, and the winners of this game will meet Port Kaituma in the second semi-final. Village support for all the games in Zone 1 so far has been overwhelming. Also on Friday at the BV Triumph Ground, the East Coast leg leveled down to the semi-final stage. BV Secondary swarmed the Institute of Business Education, IBE, 6-0. In the 16th minute, Paul Kingston of BV scored the first goal, and he was followed by Kurt Adams, who netted in the 33rd and later on in the 60th minutes. Osafo Campbell then announced his presence in the 56th and 70th minutes, while Darrell Jones did the same in the 72nd minute. IBE's lone scorer was Sion Singh, who rocked the nets in the 75th minute. The final of the East Coast leg will be staged tomorrow at the BV Triumph Ground. Defending champions Annandale will go up against BV Secondary at 3:30 p.m. And finally, in cricket, Guyana Amazon Warriors, Jamaica Tallawahs and Trinidad Red Steel all secured victories in the opening matches of the 2014 Limacol Caribbean Premier League in Grenada. The Amazon Warriors struggled against Antigua Hawksbills in their game, but still managed to get home by 2 wickets. Scores: Hawksbills won 36 for 8 off the allotted 20 overs. Amazon Warriors won 40 for 8 off 19.3. Trinidad Red Steel got the better of Barbados Tridents by 7 wickets. Scores: Tridents won 24 for 6 off 20 overs. Red Steel won 25 for 3 off 19.3 overs. And Jamaica Tallawahs defeated St. Lucia Zouks by 7 wickets. Scores: Zouks won 61 for 5 off the allotted 20 overs. Tallawahs won 62 for 3 off 19. In that innings, Chris Gale blasted 111 to record the first century in the CPL's 2-year-old history. The league continues on Thursday with 2 matches. Antigua Hawksbills will face Jamaica Tallawahs at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium in Antigua, starting at 3:30 p.m., while Guyana Amazon Warriors will come up against Trinidad Red Steels at the Providence Stadium in Guyana. That game starts at 7:30 p.m. under lights. For HGP Sport, Basil Bradshaw.